All right, everybody. I don't even know what to call this episode because this is not a comeback. Okay, this
We
is
back.
a return. Yo, I was telling Ollie off camera that this can be live. Guys, I must apologize, and I know you've heard me say this before. Life keeps getting in the way, and when I say life keeps getting in the way, life really keeps getting in the way. Like this shit, it's not even funny. Like, but
Dave, first and foremost, man, happy you're still with us. You know what I'm saying?
that's a fact. Like,
Yeah.
thank you for riding with us, and thank you for you guys watching this episode. And we are trying to get more consistent, and we will find a way. We will find a way. Because as of right now, we are recording this on a Wednesday 22nd at 9:30. I just got off an event. My mentor was getting honored. So I just drove back from the event and I jump on the Zoom because I'm like, it's been too long. I miss you guys. I miss you. So Ollie, what's good, bro?
Man,
Been a minute, bro.
it's been a long, long minute. Not much except just gearing up for winter because we do live in the north. So
Yeah, well, you already in winter.
no, we don't do that to me. We just have leaves right now. That's the only thing we're worried about.
I'm surprised you're wearing a tank top
Oh yeah,
because
it's hot in here. You already know the Asians don't play. It's hot in here. Well, we're
I mean,
doing yeah.
I know Haitians don't play because they be trying to cook me here.
Okay then. So I don't need to explain much.
Yeah, they be trying to
No,
cook me here, man.
you know what it is. But yeah, we're just taking things day by day. Some days are harder than others. You know that.
Oh, bro,
Um,
you know
yeah,
everything that's been going on with me.
yeah. Also,
Stress.
right before we start too, I do also want to say happy birthday to Angie, friend of the show, wife of Mr. Vens here. Happy belated.
Yep, we getting up there.
That I didn't say that. I didn't say
I
that.
did.
I didn't. Okay, okay.
Happy birthday to my lovely wife. Happy birthday, baby. Wish you
My
all the
hands,
best.
my hands are up.
So,
I'm not talking about age on this. On this one. I'm not doing that. For the record.
I did. We're
Okay.
getting up there. We need to plan, like, we need to plan some stuff. But yeah, man. I'm watching your hits, holding it on with well, another Florida team, Orlando.
I'm not watching that. I already
It's
see
bet
what I already see what I saw in preseason, man. I already know the Miami Heat way.
it's better than I expected. It's 125, 121.
Yeah, we learned how to score this season. We just can't keep a lead.
I expected a blowout, to be honest.
You might get it if we can't keep the lead.
Well, you know.
That's how we lost to
Um,
them the last time. We had a 17-point lead going into like leaving halftime.
hmm
We lost the lead in the third quarter, and then we
hmm
ended up losing by I think we lost by 9 at the end of the game. And we had
So,
control of the game to start the game.
so I mean, okay, NBA. Okay. So for those who didn't catch up yet, NBA is back, obviously.
Oh, even even
Um,
even before that, man. The
um,
Miami Heat. It starts in preseason, folks. The Miami Heat went 0 for 6 in preseason. We did not win a
it,
single game. We did not win a single game in preseason, ladies and gentlemen.
bro, it's preseason. Come
I
on,
don't
you cannot judge a
want
team
you
on preseason.
don't you dare. They preseason is I understand it's where you get your legs up under you, your preparation. Not a single game.
Bro, it is preseason.
Nah, 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 man.
I don't want you to be hard on the team on
I'm
preseason
no, no. I'm gonna be hard on
because
the team.
no, I don't. I know Lakers didn't do shit in preseason. You don't see me coming here and be feeling some type.
You didn't. They didn't win a single game.
Isn't it the same for the Lakers? Did we win a game in preseason?
Did you?
I don't know. I didn't
Because
watch
because
preseason.
because it's not even the fact that we didn't win. For me, it's the fact that like we had a nice combination of guys who might not play because we're testing them out, and guys who have played before. Like, you know what? He's right. I just need to calm down. I just need
Let
to
me let
quell
me
the
let,
rage.
let me tell you what I think. Okay. So for those who don't know, well, I think all of you guys know by now that I gamble. I've just made some money off the hit. I didn't take them to lose. I didn't take them to win. I said that they will not lose by 7. They didn't lose by 7. So,
That could mean anything. We could lose by 20.
well, they made me some money tonight, sir. Okay, so give them some grace.
No. 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 Look.
Um,
Yeah, things with the NBA, man. The NBA is back on NBC this time around. They started the season off on NBC, which I'm seeing a lot of people enjoy. It
so
was
far,
very
so so
nostalgic
far,
for people. So far, so good.
so far, so good.
So,
Um,
with that being said, man, seasons kicked it. We didn't get to do like our preseason, like what teams we really want to see succeed and what teams are really paying attention for and all that stuff. So, what
but
teams?
I mean, this is like the second day of NBA. We can talk
Yeah,
about
so
this.
yes, we can. What are you like? What teams are you looking for? Like, what teams is making moves in your opinion, or what team do you really see progressing? Because me personally, I'm not gonna say I threw the Miami Heat season away. I'm just not hopeful, and I'm also not hopeful on DeAndre Ayton as a Laker.
I'm not. It
We
cost me
talked about
money.
it.
It cost me money last night. I needed 10 boards. I gotta wear my glasses, sorry. I needed 10 boards. I got 6. So I need the Lakers to make some move. I don't know what move they're gonna make. They look pretty solid as a team. Marcus Smart is fitting in surprisingly well. Well, I gotta be honest, it wasn't his birthday yesterday, so I wasn't really paying attention to the NBA, although I tried to watch the game at dinner, but
Y'all lost,
um unfortunately the restaurant wanted to did not have the NBC channel.
which is good.
Uh
Pay attention to your wife. You know,
I mean I was paying attention to her all day. Well, according to her, she had a great day. She got everything she wanted, so yeah,
I'm keeping him out
she
of trouble, ladies and gentlemen.
she's spoiled. She's spoiled. So yeah. Um, to go back to the NBA, I did not get to really see LaRavia play. This is a player that I want to follow and see how he's gonna fit with the team.
Mm-hmm.
Um, AR-15 is back doing what he has been doing. Luca went on a whoa. Luca
He
was
had a
on
great.
fire.
He had a great game.
He was on fire. Obviously, Orman James was injured, so he did not play. Um,
I
Youngman
have a question for
James,
you. Do you
talk to me.
think the team needs to like after this is an overreaction, full stop.
Mhm.
But do you think the team needs to build around Luca more than they need to build around LeBron after last
Bro,
night?
of
Because I've seen
course.
a thing I've seen too is people are saying, well, if LeBron was playing, it might have turned out differently just because it's LeBron and he still controls the game with his IQ and all this other stuff, and with the players and everything. But if the team is built around Luca more, do they win the first game instead of it being built around like a LeBron and a Luca, and LeBron's not there?
As much as I love LeBron James, he has 1 foot out of the door.
Mm.
This is Lucas' team now.
Mm-hmm.
And us LeBron fan, some Laker fans, we need to start accepting this. The sooner the better. And remember how I was telling you that I um I am not I don't have my next favorite player yet when LeBron retired. And it was between Luka, Giannis, and Edwards.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm kind of settling on Luka
Mm.
a little bit. I'm not saying it is Luka for a fact, but I am kind of leaning toward Luka. I gotta
Hmm.
watch Anthony. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why. Giannis' style of play, people keep telling me Giannis is like LeBron, and I find this statement very disrespectful. They are not the same type of player.
Mm-mm.
And LeBron is a more complete player than Giannis is or ever will be because Giannis is a veteran now. It's not like Giannis is a rookie, then he can adjust his game to become the next LeBron. Giannis is a veteran, NBA champion. Giannis done did everything. So yeah, I don't think Giannis will adjust his game right now. I think Giannis is just playing now, trying to win another chip and then retire. Talking about retirement, there's something I want to talk to you about. Um, Now to keep things on like my next favorite player, there's Anthony Edwards. And honestly, Ali, after he won against the Lakers last season in the playoff, Anthony Edwards to me was a disappointment.
Mm. In
I
what
ex-
way?
I expected more. I thought if he was, I'm not gonna say he did not have the team for it. He had the team for it. I think Anthony Edwards could have eliminated the Thunders.
Oh yeah, he could have. He could have. But that's
And I,
also the best team in the league, though. To be completely honest, defensively they were the best team in the league.
I
Offensively, they had Shea, free throw merchant, Alexander.
mhm,
They could switch multiple guys. The matchup for OKC and the Timberwolves looked very similar because they were you could say they were built similarly, which is
mhm.
probably why we were expecting we got a good series
Yeah.
and we were expecting
Edwards, and we did not get it. I don't think that was a good series at all.
for Anthony Edwards or in general.
In general, like the two teams, I think that the Thunders like like the Thunders show that the Timberwolves were not on that level,
Yeah, yeah.
and that was a disappointment for me.
Mm. And that's why like you're not seeing him as like your guy yet. You're leaning more
Yeah,
towards him.
yeah, I need to see more. Maybe this season he shows me more,
Mm.
and I'm back on that Luka Edwards. But I don't know. And I still got to look at the rookies. Honestly, I don't know who's a rookie this season because I did not follow the draft. So I still got to get a list and follow, like, get the list of players that I'm going to follow. I'm following the Rockets. Cooper Flag almost went on a lag, but he did not
I,
make it.
I'm not really watching for the rookies just yet, just because I want to see instead of bringing my focus back to the individual talent, I want to focus on like how the teams are shaping up and how the teams are looking. Because the
Hmm.
teams that
That's
I'm looking at this year are San Antonio,
mhm.
um, not so much the Pistons anymore, just
Okay.
because
Hold on, time out. Pun intended. Each team that you're looking at, tell me why you're looking at those things.
okay. Well, the for the Spurs specifically, I really like the lineup that they have going on, and I like the talent that they have going on. Not only because of Wimby, but I really like Stephen Castle, as a player. I feel like if he was to take some sort of a leap this season, it would change the outlook of that team because they really do have a nice team, especially post Greg Popovich. I'm looking at that team moving forward to see if the culture that he established, how long it'll stay like beyond him to keep the team competitive for years to come. And I feel
Okay.
like that starts more this season.
So
That's
they are playing the Mavs right now. What are your expectations for this game?
shoot. Right now I want them I'm not really looking for a winner or loser. If anything, it's just how competitive are they gonna be? Like what's their offensive game plan looking like? Obviously, they have Wimby on the team, but is it centered around him or is it centered around the Spurs way where they're going to be moving the ball a lot, even though they have a focal point? Like, I just need to see the identity that I've known the Spurs to have for so long. I just need to see how that's going to evolve or change.
Okay.
throughout the
Okay.
course of the season. Because after this season, it's gonna let me know what type of plan they have moving forward and what their culture is gonna look like moving forward. That's why
Understood.
I'm paying attention to them this year.
And now my other question for you is you have things are looking promising. When is Kyrie coming back?
I have no idea. I
Okay.
just know I just know in the off season, like he can walk now. Basically, like he's functioning. He's mobile now. That's all. That's as far as I know. I haven't heard a
Okay.
lot of news about.
Now, do you think that Kyrie being out is gonna be very impactful for the Mavs or not?
Yes, because of his talent and who he is as a player. And then when he eventually comes back, how the Mavs were playing, they're gonna have to change the way that they were playing. And that's the obvious thing because somebody who is getting a lot of touches is going to see less touches, less opportunity because Kyrie Irving is going to dominate the ball.
Okay. Okay.
So naturally, just because he's never been a player that's like, oh, I'm gonna distribute the ball a lot or I'm gonna make all these plays, and he's capable, but that's not really the type of player he is. So
Mm-hmm.
when he comes back, I like especially the way they're playing right now. I don't see it being a thing where it's seamless. I see them losing a couple games when he comes back. Maybe 3 games they'll lose if he comes back. Like if he were to come back in the middle of them already establishing a way for themselves to play without him,
Mm-hmm.
and then but even then that team is always going to be a team that's a couple injuries away from just their season being ruined. If because the players that they have on the team, because Kyrie as he's gotten older, you could argue he's become more injury prone, and that just comes with age. We don't need to speak about Klay Thompson. He says he's coming into the season like in good shape. He had a great summer on and off the court. I don't need to discuss the off the court part, but that man is a shooter. Um, and yeah, even with him, he's one injury away from his game totally changing. We already saw it, which is why he's no longer on the Warriors and why he's had so much inconsistency these past couple of seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Anthony Davis, who, for better or worse, will go back to being day to day Davis. It sucks.
It's balling right now. But let me
Yeah,
tell you
and he
this.
can.
Let me tell you, Klay Thompson now is hitting right. So he's gonna be better.
Let's hope. Like I
It's
said,
not it
injuries don't care.
is eating black food like black
No,
woman.
injuries don't care. Injuries don't care about.
No, it's different. On
No,
on moun kap manje fey tout jounen, avec on moun kap manje bon griot, bon mari moule.
I don't care how much soul food you give him. Look.
Woo!
If he
Well,
plays, but I will say though he is like forget on the court chemistry wise, the team is in a great place. It's like Cooper Flag alluded to this that Klay Thompson's been a great veteran for him early, so
mhm.
that's to me the best news because it means that
So, okay.
you're you have a rookie and you're surrounding him with players who have won before, and you surround a rookie with those good players who have good habits. It's only going to benefit your franchise if you plan on developing that player and keeping him.
So when Kyrie comes back, who goes to the bench? Is it what's his face? Number 25. Dinwiddie? Is it
Yeah,
Clay?
no, it's Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie goes to the bench.
Why?
Just because I feel like he's always been like and this might be disrespectful. I don't mean disrespect by it, but I always felt like he was the he was the
6 man type?
not only 6 man type, but just his play style. He was like a great value version of what Kyrie Irving kind of does. Like just a person who could get you a bucket at any given time because they like taking guys one on one and they like getting to their spots and they're shifty. And I always saw that, especially when he was like when he had his moments in Brooklyn. It was like this is the type of player like in that
And
mold. So naturally for me, he would go to the bench because we're replacing him with the better player in Kyrie Irving.
So what do you expect from Zillow in that team? Because people
Um,
people keep forgetting that Zillow is a Mav now.
Honestly, I see D'Lo getting traded to another team if it doesn't work out really because
Or you see him getting traded mid-season or
yeah,
by the trade deadline?
mid-season, mid-season because they have it because he's on the roster, but they don't. I feel like he's on the roster in case one of the guys gets injured. He's not necessarily on the roster for what he can do because he's been around the league enough at this point. Like he tried the thing with the Lakers, it didn't work out. He's just not a consistent. He's just not as consistent as he used to be anymore, which will always hurt to say. Like he's at a point in his career where he's super duper inconsistent. He was never the most consistent player defensively ever. Even offensively, if his shot wasn't falling, he was a capable enough playmaker. He's not. I can argue he's not really that at this point in his career. He's just been relegated to a point guard who can bring the ball up for your offense and who could be a bit of a scoring punch. But the problem is that's only as good as if he's consistent.
So,
And the
okay.
last time he was ever in that role really was in Golden State, I'd say, where he was like, okay, you're a point guard who could get yours, but also set the table for other guys on the court because Curry's hurt. And he was hooping. And it wasn't, and he still got traded. So it was like, at this point, I don't know what role the Mavs would necessarily have for him if they have Kyrie coming back, if they have Spence, maybe for depth, because that is another thing too. You could like teams who have good depth on their roster do tend to succeed when we talk about postseason, late season pushes into the playoffs because they have
Mm-hmm.
so many guys that they can just put into the starting lineup whenever things get hectic. So maybe he's there for that.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right. So tell me more about the team that you are following. Earlier
Okay.
you said earlier you said you will follow the Wizards.
No. Not as much as I followed the not as much as
Okay,
I followed San Antonio.
quick question. You still have high expectation for the Pistons?
I expect them to keep going like this because it's not like they made drastic enough changes compared to their team last year. I expect them to just take another leap because they have at this point they have the talent. It's just that talent has to improve for the team to improve. That's what it depends on because you still have your veteran guys, you still have a good coaching staff, you still have a star player in Cade Cunningham, you still have
That
great.
that blew up one of my parlay tonight. Worth getting noted.
Him and his
I needed 20 points. I got 10.
Him and his parlays.
Yes.
You still got a good talent in Jaden Ivey. Um,
I like
like
this kid. I like this kid, bro. Like I think he's but to be if he doesn't get traded for picks, it's but to be the next big thing for the Pistons.
you play. I
I
like the way
think
you play this.
I think he can be bigger than Kid Cunningham in Detroit.
That is a take. That is a take. I'm not.
It's not.
I'm
I'm
not.
not saying that he will. I said I think he
Yeah,
has
no,
the
yeah.
like
He
the
has the
potential
potential.
is there. What he does with that is up to him. But I see the potential,
Mm-hmm.
and I gotta let you know that being a like a an Eminem fan, I'm like whenever my teams or whatever my teams get eliminated or they are playing any Detroit team, I'm always following that team closely because and I follow Eminem, so he's always posting about Detroit teams. So that's what led me to follow this kid, and I'm telling you, I think the potential is there.
Mm-hmm.
What he does with it is up to him, but I
Mm-hmm.
really think that he can be that guy for the Lions. I mean for the
Definitely,
Pistons for the Pistons. Sorry,
definitely.
Lions are the football team.
And if anything, too, like so the season prior to last season, they stunk everything up. They couldn't close games effectively. This season they took that next step forward where they had enough of like a good group of guys and they had guys in their correct roles and they were closing games and instead of closing games too, they were beating teams. So now you go into the playoffs and you play against you play against a team that you had a chance of beating, but you didn't get the favorable whistle. So now it's like, how can we play in these high intensity moments and beat these teams that we know we can beat come playoff time? If they take that next leap and start developing a consistent ability to beat the really, really good teams in the NBA, even though you're not going to see them postseason, like I'm talking about, like if you show that you can hang with the OKC Thunder, for example, and you really go out your way and you beat them one game, and you have a really good game against them, not only does something for your confidence, but it lets you know that you were able to hang with one of the best teams in the league, and that lets you know that there's something that you did right that game that you can apply to your other games. If you do that and you come up against a postseason team like a Orlando,
Mm-hmm.
who they improve, Orlando improved too, but you go against a postseason team like the Orlando Magic, who struggle with 3-point shooting, but have a presence when it comes to blocking shots in the paint and have a presence when it comes to rebounding. Then there's certain things that you can take from how you played one of the better teams in the leagues that's better than Orlando and sort of apply it to them. And
Mm-hmm.
that so that if in watching the Pistons, I'm gonna be watching like how they improve on that front. Because to me, they didn't. Oh, they also have a player on their bench who's really, really nice, but uh, I'm not watching them for him, if that makes sense. He's like a spark plug, Vinny Johnson. I'm not gonna say that name because it's not like they play the same. But he's very shifty. Like he's another one, like young, small, shifty guard that could be a spark plug for him. Like he's like their version of Cam Thomas almost. I can't. His name is like on the. I can't remember his name, but I'll probably if you guys know who I'm talking about in the comments, drop it down. But he's gonna be like something that I see how he improves, but I'm not watching the Pistons for him. I'm watching the
Mm-hmm.
Pistons to see how they improve as a team, and if he improves as well, I do see him being that type of player for them come playoff time. If he comes off the bench, he is that Jason Terry spark that 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 you need off your bench to kind of be a scoring option when things get dicey. So yeah, the Pistons.
Mm-hmm.
And then honestly, another team that I'm gonna watch this year just to kind of see where they're at. Um, the Milwaukee Bucks, man.
They playing right now, and honestly,
They had a lot of changes happen to like they're not the same championship Milwaukee Bucks from over the years.
no,
I'm
they're
watching
not,
them just to see how Giannis handles it.
because they play. Oh, see, they this should be a blowout. Why are we 111, 101 with Washington Wizards? I don't know, man. I don't have. NG was telling me this. She's like, I don't respect Washington, and I actually don't. So when this afternoon you told me that you think they have the potential to be, I mean, I don't think you met playoff team, but I think
No,
you're saying that they can do some damage this year. It was surprising to me.
yeah, like some damage, as in like they could get a couple sneaky wins, but they wouldn't know what to do with it. Like they wouldn't know how to build on that afterwards. Because to me, they're like a AU team.
There's something I want to discuss with you, bro.
Mm.
And I mean, guys, this episode we mostly gonna talk about basketball because basketball is back and we need to kind of focus on what we expect and things like that. Football has been going very well. Soccer has been going very well. There's not really much changes there. There's nothing really crazy worth mention. So that's why we're gonna focus a little bit more on basketball. So now talking, there's something I've been keeping it in the back of my head because I wanted your opinion on it. I was listening to a guy on YouTube, but well, I wasn't listening to his podcast or whatever. I was listening to shorts, and then I ended up on his shorts where he's discussing Sacramento Kings,
Mm-hmm.
and he said that everybody is feeling some type of way that they added Russell Westbrook because Russell Westbrook is 36. Zach LaVine is 34. Like, it's like this is an old man team, and people are saying that it's not like they're gonna do anything, but it's like in Sacramento is playing chess while everybody's playing checkers. Because what they are doing is adding all those guys that they plan on trading and getting picks for them so they can rebuild. So, first of all, when he said that, your reaction was my reaction because I'm like, what trade value does Russell Westbrook? And as much as I love Zach LaVine, what trade value does Zach LaVine have right now? And it's like they is even thinking that they're gonna trade their center. I'm missing the name.
They're trading
Uh,
Sabonis.
yeah, they're gonna trade Sabonis because he's getting older and he's not fitting their plan of rebuilding. So how do you feel about that? Let me know your thoughts and then I'll let you know mine.
Are they playing chess with missing pieces then? Because I don't. Is the board broken? I don't understand. Russell Westbrook just spent.
Hold on. You said chess. He said Sacramento is playing 4D chess, like another level of chess. For people who are fan of the Big Bang Theory, they are playing the chess that Sheldon used to. Well, let me know your thoughts and I'll let you know how I felt like when I heard that.
Sorry for the reaction, y'all. My face will tell it before I say it. That's just I don't. I'm not seeing the Russell Westbrook, and we'll get to Russell Westbrook too because honest, like I don't like. I understand it. I just don't like it. Like he spent all of free agency a free agent until the very last minute. That should already let you know that teams are not going to give you
Teams
anything
are
for him.
not interested.
So he's not even a factor in your rebuild process. And then you have Zach LaVine. Not only Zach LaVine, you have DeMar DeRozan, and
Oh,
the,
another trade asset.
who is okay, but like at the stage of their careers, Zach LaVine, out of everybody listed, I wouldn't even say he's not even the highest person on the team with a lot of trade value. It's Sabonis, realistically. And even then, I don't see what teams are gonna trade you all like a lot for Sabonis by himself. Let alone if you take a Zach LaVine Sabonis package, I still don't see maybe the Trailblazers, maybe
So this
maybe
is
the Phoenix Suns could get in the mix. Maybe the Hornets could get in the mix. And like these are possible teams that might accept these trades that I'm thinking of. Maybe the Brooklyn Nets because like this is a team that's like they're not really going anywhere. They might have a couple
but why
picks.
why will I give you my future for old heads that are not at their peak anymore?
That's what they did when the team was founded.
So you think they're gonna repeat it again?
Honestly, they traded for a player who
I
just
don't
hurt his
think.
shoulder. They just signed a player in Michael Porter Jr. who hurt his shoulder and was a non-factor. Like, no, I'm not gonna say he was a non-factor, but he was impaired physically, and they happily welcomed into the team. If there was a team that could take, and it's not like Zach LaVine and DeMar. I hate when Zach LaVine is discussed as a player. I don't like the fact that they try to say that he's not a winning player and that he's nice. He's just been in unfortunate situations his whole career.
Zach Levine is somebody that I love as a player.
I will forever love his game because he like to me. I don't see a lot of crazy holes in his game.
But but in all seriousness,
He's just
Zach Levine is done, bro.
He's just a okay, but to me, he's just a better Chris Middleton. He's just the second option that we keep putting in first option positions, and that's not fair to him. Like I want to see Zach LaVine in a Miami Heat uniform badly, bro.
I would
Okay,
rather
so
have Zach LaVine than
maybe you can give all your picks for him.
never, never that. I would never, never that. No, no, no. We could give it like a couple second rounders and Andrew Wiggins. We could do that. Like there for Zach LaVine specifically, there are places there like he has value. I would say Zach LaVine has value. Sabonis has value to a team. But if I'm a team that's fighting for or competing for a championship, maybe
Hmm.
I can afford to give up my future if I'm in a win now position for that type of player. You know what I'm saying? If I'm a team that's middle of the pack, like if I'm a team like the Atlanta Hawks, for example, where I'm surrounding Trae Young with talent and I feel like I'm in a win now position
Hmm.
while still having pieces of my not feel like I'm in a win now position, but I feel like I'm a few moves away from really being able to compete. I don't think I'm going after Zach LaVine. I don't think I'm going after DeRozan just because of the type of
I
player
think
they
the
are.
only and everybody that this guy mentioned, the only two guys. So first of all, my reaction was this is the dumbest thing I ever heard when it comes to basketball. Second,
I've
I
heard
think
dumber.
that huh?
I've heard dumber. it's,
Well, I
it's
think
up
that
there.
in the list of everybody he mentioned that has trade value or that they can consider trading, only Sabonis and Levine have value. I don't think nobody wants Westbrook right now. I don't think Westbrook is running in the league. I think his attitude is killing him. And I think the last thing, if in fact this is true, because I read somewhere that he said LeBron is fake and like came for LeBron's head. He refused to sign Lakers jersey, so it's like he's having a beef with LeBron now. And although LeBron has a foot out in the league, don't ever underestimate LeBron's power when it comes to the league. So I think him having a beef with LeBron right now is fucking with his value. And I don't think that on the court, like him missing all those shots, like his shooting percentage, him not able to to shoot the three, there's a lot of damage to his game. I don't think we're talking about the Westbrook from OKC or the Westbrook from the Houston or even the Westbrook from Washington no more because I mean he had a great season in Denver and Denver still did not want to resign him. So what that tells you what? That tells you that Westbrook is practically done right now.
Yeah,
So I don't think that he has that value no more. And when it comes to DeRozan, I think that this is it for him too. I think that he made a mistake by going to the Kings because once they traded Fox, like once Fox left and they wasn't became like their guy with Sabonis, I think it was too much for him because it's not at that peak level anymore where he can be the face of a team or the main player for a team. So I think the only guy that has some power, like trade value, are Sabonis and Levine. And even Levine doesn't have like first round pick trade value anymore. As much as I love him, I don't think nobody's gonna give you a first rounder for Zach Levine right now.
and maybe these things change through the course of the season. Like if they have like, let's
Exactly.
say Levine's like has one of the better seasons of his career. Um, yeah, I just don't see teams trading away a future for any player that's in their late 30s at this
Late
point.
30s and that are not like efficient every night.
Or even like yeah, that aren't efficient or even like sticking to a role. I don't see
Because
guys really.
even the teams you mentioned, bro, why will they do that trade? Is I'm thinking, why will the Nets only maybe to get Sabonis, maybe, but I don't see the Nets trading anybody to get Zach LaVine right now.
I could see it because to me Zach Levine. So the role only because of the roles. So I could see the Nets trading for Zach Levine somehow, some way because the role that Porter Jr. is gonna fill for them, Zach LaVine has already done, and it would
So
just
they
be
already have Porter Jr. Why would they trade Levine, bro? For
because
the same role.
Porter Jr. has never been in that role. You're taking it's like you're bringing in a known quantity to a team. It would be like having Zach LaVine in Chicago again, basically, where it's just you're the main guy, and we know you're capable of being the main guy in the team. But because he's entering his mid to late 30s, that him being on a team like that again would kind of be his last time being in that position. Where Michael Porter Jr., who's capable of being your number two guy at this point, has shown he's capable of being your number three guy as well. Just because if the ball touches his hands, he's scoring, he's shooting it. He's a
Mm-hmm.
confident, capable shooter. Um, it would be easier for him to slot in that role. That's why I could see him going to a team like that. That's why I named the Nets. I named the Trailblazers. Like these are teams that they don't necessarily they're like in the same spot that the Kings are in, where they need to kick off a rebuild, but you don't want to be too so bad to the point where it affects your bottom line. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be terrible, but you still want to be in a position where you can rebuild. Same with the Hornets, because right now the Hornets have a player in LaMelo who's facing questions about how good he really is. And last year I even said he was a player who was like it was like empty calories because he
Yeah.
wasn't as efficient. Um, and I'm gonna be watching to see how he plays too, because his style of play is entertaining, but it can only be entertaining for so long if the team isn't advancing forward. And I could argue that they've had some rosters, some really really young, talented, capable rosters, and for whatever reason, whether they went up against better teams, whether it was Lamelo's play himself, his injuries, like there's certain things that if you have a player in there like a Zach LaVine on a team like that, it would benefit them, because now you're talking about a player who's been in those positions and you're surrounded with young, hungry talent. You're kind of gonna be recreating. You're kind of gonna be recreating his first couple years with the Bulls, where Lonzo was healthy and were going on a really nice stretch. Because I feel like that's the type of talent you surround him on as his last chance to be the guy, or you put him with a really capable talent like a LaMelo, and you just have him be a cool second option, and then that's where his value would lie. Because outside of that, the most he could be is probably like a spot up shooter, because he does have a really nice jumper. Um, and then he could the league is slowly fading those type of players out, just because the older you get, your value naturally is just gonna become lower and lower, because we don't need a 20-point per game scorer if it's gonna be, again, like I said, empty calories, or it's not gonna benefit the team to give you a crazy contract, and you're 36 but you're still averaging like an inefficient 20, or a 20 that doesn't really help our team's game plan, which is why I don't see DeRozan having great trade value or even free agent value after
I
this
I don't I
season,
don't I don't either.
just because he's in a later stage of his career. That's not because of anything he can and can't do. Even if he has like a crazy breakout season, it's just not just the way the teams are going. And or a player like a DeRozan is a good signing for a team that's ready to win now, not a team that's in the middle, because it doesn't benefit anybody. Because if you're a team that's in the middle, you have to trade him to set yourself up for the future. But teams aren't going to give you picks for him. And if you're DeMar DeRozan, you're wasting years of your career playing for a team that's in the middle, and you're not fighting for nothing. You're not playing impactful basketball or meaningful basketball. And that could mean different things to different players. Some players like building up organizations or playing a part in improving an organization. So it's
But
tricky. I still disagree with that guy though. I don't know what 40
No, I don't,
chess. I don't see it, but there's scenarios where
bro.
it could
Okay, so talking about Westbrook, I think we are at the point where Russell Westbrook, if he doesn't want to retire, the league is gonna force him out.
yeah, yeah. I don't like that for him because the league already showed you that they're willing to do it. Like the
Of
way,
course,
because the way they and and this is one of my criticisms too with the league, and it's just like it didn't just start with Russell Westbrook, but it's the fact that like it could happen to a player. Russell Westbrook is one of the great, ladies and gentlemen. Russell Westbrook is one of the greatest point guards of a generation, one of the greatest point guards of all time. A point guard who made the triple double boring is Russell Westbrook,
hmm
averaging a triple double 3 separate seasons, 3 back-to-back seasons, really. And for the league, you're talking about a player who was an MVP of this league,
but
and it's like that's why
there's
they treated Iverson the same. Like they put Iverson in a nasty Pistons jersey. They put Iverson in a nasty Pistons jersey. They treated Carmelo Anthony the same way, where they were like he was on first take begging to be let back in the league. They're treating Westbrook the same way that they're treating Westbrook the same way now. Like it's NBA's got to be better about like I don't know the way players get
but
out the league.
is it the NBA or players are coming in? Because we discussed this on the podcast where we said that there's so much players coming in that they don't like that kid McClung, that one, the dunk contest 3 times. He got signed and I sent that to you. Not even 2
Three
hours.
days, 3 days. He got waived 3 days later.
So I think it's getting in a position where your style of playing is kind of outdated. If you don't adapt, you will be kicked out.
I don't know, man. There's
Because
worse talent.
Westbrook, I understand that for Carmelo and Tony, it may be AI because at the time where AI was playing, it wasn't the new style of basketball right now. But now Westbrook cannot shoot the three, Ollie, and everybody and their mama in the league gotta be able to shoot the three.
I mean, shoot, that's not that I man. We got TJ McConnell on the roster, man, and I love TJ. This is not a slight on TJ McConnell, man, but we got guys who can't shoot, man. Let's
But
dispel this. It's the
maybe there's something else that they are bringing to the locker room that Westbrook
yes,
is not.
but it's like what isn't. I haven't heard any. I've never heard a bad thing about Russell Westbrook in the locker room. Never. I've never heard it. There, like no matter what team he's been on, it's always he's bringing an energy. He's bringing a spark to the team. He's bringing experience to a team. You know what I'm saying? He's bringing a motor to an offense because of his fast paced play. It's like I just don't like the way. And if I'm him, for him to say that he's not retiring anytime soon, I know it's for the love of the game, but it's like it gets to a point where when the league and the other 30 to 29 teams decide that they don't want you, they're looking at your trade value, they're looking at what you could bring to their team, and they're looking at like how you feel about taking up a certain role that they have for you. It's gonna be nasty, but they are gonna phase him out again. Like we might be sitting here again in another free agency, and Russell Westbrook is still not signed, and it just stays that way.
Of course.
And I just don't. It just it don't sit right with me, man. Because
Unless he shows us something crazy with the Kings.
maybe I hope he. I'm rooting for. I hope he does. But this is just gonna be.
I have no high expectations.
I just don't want it to be what happened to John Wall again, and I feel like it's headed that way.
It's already there, bro. It's already there.
I feel like it's all right. And speaking of PGs who can't shoot, Amen Houston put Amen Thompson at the point guard position. They have a 6'7" point guard
Yeah, they have the tallest lineup
in the
in the
league.
league right now.
How do you feel about that? What are your thoughts?
I mean, is it just like a placeholder on the
Fred VanVleet is injured, yes.
exactly, but is he really like a no, no, when I say placeholder, like on the team lineup, but when he's on the field, he's not really playing it? Is it just they put the name because they have to put a name there? But
Well, in that first game that they played, he looked okay. I'm not gonna say he looked incredible, but he looked like he did. He did finish the game with 5 assists, and he still played like himself, basically. Where you're talking about a high energy player, very active on defense. That could be very beneficial at the point guard position because one thing that has never gone out of style in this league is point guards who can be a ball stopper. And at 6'7", being that young, being one of the most athletic players we've ever had in the league, realistically,
mhm,
um, that could be beneficial for him and the team. When I look at it from
your
that
point of view.
point of view, I understand it, and I understand how it could be a great thing to experiment with.
Hmm.
But his problem is teams are gonna play him the same way they played Russell Westbrook, which is if we're in the half court, as long as we stop you from cutting to the basket, we're basically playing 4-on-5 because you can't shoot. And that limits him and that limits the team. So that is just going to be him developing because
I
everybody
think
said the
I
same
think I
thing.
think it will be okay
I hope because and he shot great. He
because
shot a great percentage that game. I think he went 5 for 7 that game. His final stat line was probably like 15 and 5 assists. So I mean, it
because
wasn't a
I
terrible.
I'm watching Houston, bro.
You're watching Houston, yeah.
They
They
st-
were going to be. They were
they
going to be
they 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 still okay. This still costing me money, but Sengun went crazy.
crazy. Sengun is the best player on that team, not Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant,
That's what I'm saying.
we're not looking for Kevin Durant to be the best player on. It's unfair for us as fans to look at that generation of players and expect them to be the best player on whatever team that they're on. For Kevin Durant, it was unfair after he left Brooklyn. When he went to go join Devin Booker, I felt like we should have been like, okay, we need to look at you as a premium second option. You cannot be the guy expected to lead this team to the promised land at this point in your career, despite how great of a player you are. Now that he's in Houston, that's exactly how we need to be looking at him. He is a premium second option because the players on that team, Alfred Sengun is on that team. Shoot, when Fred VanVleet comes back, he's going to be setting the table for a lot of guys and getting his. Like, Kevin Durant is your dream that you want for a second option. He shouldn't be the guy
I
getting the
don't
most
think
on
I
your
don't think
team.
it's much what we as a fan are saying or looking. Jesus. I think it's much what him as a player feel like he is. The ego, what he
I
wants to do, and all of that. So
I don't think so, man. Because Kevin Durant, like that's why he went to Golden State. He wanted to play good basketball. I mean, he just happened to be, still in his prime where he could do everything he wanted on the court. But as long as the basketball is good, he said he wants to retire a Houston Rocket, whatever that looks like. So I honestly, premium second option, just a dream of a second. And the same way I said premium second option for him, that's how we need to be treating LeBron at this stage of his career too, because these
I
are
said that
players.
I said that earlier.
You said that earlier. Just be a premium second option. Just be obviously some of the offense is going to go through you occasionally, but you're not the focal point anymore.
But looking
And
at the way the Lakers ended their season, LeBron is willing to take that role.
he's been willing to take that role since Anthony Davis was on the team.
Yeah, but AD did not want to take that premium that first option role. And I feel like this is the issue that Dallas is gonna get because Kyrie is gonna still be the first option. when it shouldn't be.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. So that'll be an interesting thing to watch for too. Honestly, I for Thompson, if his jump shot improves and if he really makes a name for himself defensively, I think he could be like he's a strong player, lengthy player, very young, very active. I feel like he'd be, and I feel like too putting him at the point guard decision,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna force him to develop his IQ from a different position, from a different standpoint of the game, because now he's gonna see the game from a different point of view, and it's gonna allow him to make better reads offensively and defensively. Defensively, it's gonna help his anticipation because he'll have a feel for what teams are trying to do now, because the point guards of whatever teams they're playing are gonna be initiating, and whatever that matchup looks like, it's going to allow him to adjust that way. And then offensively, it's the point guard position. So offensively, it can only grow his IQ, especially if he's making plays for other people and setting himself up to get downhill to be able to open the floor up for him and be able to make thing. And he's got one of the better screeners in the game still on the team in Steven Adams. So I don't know. To me, it's an
So
experiment that
what are your expectations for the Rockets?
um they do have a championship capable roster. I do a disappointing season for them is an upset in the first round. The farthest that I see them making it is the Western Conference Finals.
Hmm. Fair enough.
That's
Fair enough. Fair enough.
that's my expectation. Ultimately,
And
that's where they sit to me.
what are your expectations for Golden State?
I've heard. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you said because word around town is they have a chance at a championship. Um, personally, I don't see it.
I don't either. So that's why I was surprised when you said that.
That's no, I this isn't me saying it though. This isn't me saying. I forgot who. It was one of our like hot take ESPN. Those types.
Yeah.
I don't see it. I still don't see it. Their roster doesn't scream like they still have their and the reason I don't see it is because I just don't think the role players that they have on their team, it's not the same quality of role players that it was when they were winning championships. It's just a collection of young talent that's just establishing itself on a team where you have to play in a Curry system where it's player movement, get the ball to Curry if he's open, set screens for Curry, move off the ball yourself to create disruption and chaos to
Mm-hmm.
ultimately find Steph Curry or find capable 3-point shooters, which is why Buddy Hield is on the roster and why Buddy Hield is doing well on that team. But, Draymond is still Draymond. He's still, to me, I still think he got a technical in there.
Of course.
So there's that. Jimmy Butler is looking to be a Robin on the court. I don't know what he'll, because the way he ended the season for that team was just really disappointing.
But when Kerry gave it to him last night, he took it and ran with it. Who was their best player last night?
He needed to do that in the playoffs because that's ultimately what they got him for.
Yeah,
And
but
so
they got him late. So now I feel like Curry is putting him in that ambiance so he can start doing it.
we'll see. We'll see because he's also one of those older players. I'm pretty sure he's in his late 30s too. So to me, he's just in a better situation than a Zach LaVine, than a DeMar DeRozan. He's in a situation in a good organization where that team is is not that team is not rebuilding as long as Steph Curry's on the roster, which works for a Jimmy Butler and a lot of the older talent that they have on that team because they can keep up the culture and the style of play to a level where it's like, no, let's try to fight for play. Let's try to be disruptive still. And they got the Kaminga situation still, where we know for a fact that Kaminga is not a happy player on that team. He tried
But
to ask.
he still was playing well last night.
He was, but he's in a position where you have to play well because while you were trying to get a contract from the Warriors, no other teams were hitting you up with any offers. No other teams were really looking at you. So you're still in a position where you have to prove yourself on a team that you don't want to be on with a coach who's not necessarily going to give you the opportunities and put you in position to do what you feel like you're capable of doing. So that's something that's all those reasons are why I'm like, I really don't see how they have a championship capable roster. If they win the championship, it's on some Cinderella run where they get hot at the right time and they catch teams at the right time and play the right way. Because they added Al Horford, but Al Horford's another one of those really, really aged players
Mm-hmm.
where he will have some nights where he gives you a lot of strong effort and make you question, okay, this is an older guy in the league. Why is he playing like this? Like, he'll have those nights, especially come playoff time. But again, it's not necessarily like a surefire way to say that this is a championship capable caliber team. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They have an opportunity to be entertaining still. I'll give them that. But I don't see anything crazy happening over there with them. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't expect much from them, but when they won um their last ring, nobody expected much though
True, but
until the playoffs.
yeah, but they still had, like, for example, they still had Draymond was playing well. Curry was Stephen Curry. They still had a great scoring option in Jordan Poole, who they were trying to put in that Curry type of position because he was a
Mm-hmm.
player who could get his shot off the dribble and he was a prolific 3-point shooter who could shoot from anywhere like a Curry, but he was being given the green light to do so. It's just like ego and IQ and whatever, but he was still like a scoring threat that they had on their roster, and he did show that in that run that they ended up winning in. So I can't really, and on this team specifically, I can't say I see that they have something like that because
Hmm.
you would assume that it's Jimmy Butler, but I just don't
Mm-mm.
trust that he could. I don't trust
They
that
don't
he.
have one guy that can kill you from the three. They have men because they have that Moody guy. They have the guy that you don't like, that I think is solid. What was his name again?
Pods. I don't like him. I don't like him. Not for. I just don't think he's that good. Like, in general, like
Mhm.
I don't see, especially for the type of player that they're saying that he is. Like, I don't see it.
Hmm.
I don't see it because you know who he reminds me of. He's like a worse version of DiVincenzo,
Yeah, yeah, I see what you mean.
but
Yep.
he's worse than DiVincenzo. So,
Because some night you will expect Vincenzo to pull up and
and he doesn't. But when he
he's
was in New
nowhere
York,
to be found.
he was going crazy.
Hmm.
So it's like, I don't see, and I mean they also have like D'Anthony Melton,
Hmm.
Trace Jackson Davis is a young guy with energy.
They have Gary Payton that plays with heart for them.
It's like they could be an entertaining like Cinderella run type of team, but they're not. To me, I'm not like, oh, the Warriors can win it all this year. I'm not saying that.
Mhm.
That would have to be dependent on the type of season they have. But
Okay.
we will. I mean, that we'll see. Really. Last thing I wanted to touch on, man.
Hmm.
Your boy, your guy, your favorite reporter, man.
My
He's back
favorite
on tour,
reporter.
man. He's back on tour, man.
I don't have a favorite reporter, but I'm assuming you're talking about Mr. Big Words.
Stephen A. Swift is back. Stephen A. Swift is back on tour, y'all. He's back and he's talking about Braun.
Hmm.
He recently went on the 7 p.m. in Brooklyn podcast hosted by Carmelo Anthony, Kid Mero, and Kaz and all those great people. He uh he wasn't there to talk basketball. We're not even gonna have like pretend like he was there to talk basketball. He was there to talk about one thing and one thing only, man. He was there to talk about LeBron James. Okay. And I'm just sick and tired of him running around like lying basically about the whole situation. If you guys don't know, Stephen A. Smith opened his big fat mouth and talked about LeBron James' son and was pleading with him as a father, disrespecting his fatherhood about why his son should be in the league out in the open. Now, you can have your opinions, you can have your hot takes, but with that big of a platform, and he does this a lot, he over exaggerates to the point where it gets disrespectful and he crosses boundaries.
Uh-huh.
That being said, LeBron James would later approach him and press him at a Laker game. Basically, keep my son's name out your mouth. Da da da. Pressed him. It went viral, and ever since that day, Stephen A. Swift has been going on a press tour telling people how he doesn't like LeBron because LeBron's a fake person. Which again, no way of knowing if he is, he is. If he isn't, cool. He's not gonna say what makes LeBron a fake person. There are things that have come back to him. They haven't liked each other for years, and he said that him being approached at the Laker game was LeBron setting him up.
But he still got a bunch of money after that, so setting him up how?
I don't know, but two things that, and not even two things. A lot of things bother me about that whole like. I understand Carmelo Anthony is Mister. Oh, I'm peace God. Like I want the peace. I wanna like put because people respect Stephen A. and this that. No, no, no. There's some
Nobody will respect Stephen A.
a lot of players apparently like a lot of players from that like CP3 like those like our old heads have respect for Stephen A. I don't know how they still have respect for him because he says some of the wildest things and doesn't get checked for it at all. And players still want to. And when he does get checked, he wants to act like a. I'm not gonna call him out his name, but you get what I was about to say there.
Mm-hmm,
Like
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
it's just if you're my friend from when we were in like
High school.
high school, how could you sit in the same room as another person lying on my name and talking bad about the situation that involved your nephew, my son? Why would you
Mm.
put that man on that platform
And not check him.
and not check him? And not check him
Hmm.
with the and I'm not and I understand this is from like I want to be peaceful and I want to be like I want is there a way we could get a conversation? If you're gonna do that, you need to have the facts at hand and you need to be able to tell that other person that they're bullshitting.
Thank you.
You need to. And I did not see enough of that from
And
Carmelo Anthony. And that's the most disappointing that was the most disappointing part of the episode because we knew he wasn't there to talk basketball. If because
oh,
he wasn't even prompted. He was just like, full stop. I don't like LeBron. Like, just talking crazy.
okay. I'm gonna tell you this though. I I'm a guy like loyalty to me is it's not a word. It's it's like everything to me. So you see how you that question that you asked is the same thing for me. Like last summer, I changed my whole circle. Like people that I used to hang out with on a regular, I stopped. People that I used to talk to on a regular, I stopped for the same reason. Because some things happen. I'm not gonna get into details, but something happened with someone that I thought had my, well, I thought because he's a family member, I thought that had my best interest at heart because just because we share blood, like I had to learn just because we share blood doesn't mean that we are like this, you know. Sometimes we share blood, but you wanna see me destroyed. So on that note, that person went around on a press tour just like Steven is going a press tour, bad mouthing me and Angie to anybody who will listen to him and people that I thought were my dudes, like people that I literally will catch a bullet for, people that I will die for, were kind of backing him up, not only listening and not defending me, but backing him up on the shit that he was saying. So you're not my friend. Like there's no way, and I mean no way, anybody can come talk shit about you to me. This is yo, the moment that someone comes and say, Ali, this automatically I call you and put you here. Hey, here's Ali. Say what you gotta say in front of it now.
I got it.
Because
And it's like let's just like get back like just to the facts. Stephen A. Smith saying, "Oh, this was." He was like, "Oh, I was in the middle of my deal with ESPN. I just got announced." It's I've always said this. If you can, if you disrespect somebody publicly, you do not have the privilege. You do not have the courtesy of asking for a private approach. If you're
Mhm.
going to disrespect somebody publicly, you cannot then turn around and say, "Oh, why didn't you talk to me about this in private? Why didn't you pull me off to the side and talk to me about it?" No, because you put it out there in the public. It has to get addressed the same way,
the
and the
disrespect,
apology
the
has to
apology
be the
must
same
be as
way,
loud as the disrespect,
if
bro.
not
Like
louder. There's no way you can sit here and then to say that you got set up. Vince, the video that went viral was posted by a YouTuber, not a media
it
member.
wasn't a media, it wasn't nothing. It was yep, it was somebody that was at the game.
It was somebody
And
that was at
and
the
he,
game, a
he did it
basketball
he
YouTuber.
did it either in halftime or in a timeout. It's not like the game was airing and he just walked to you while he was being substituted. The game it was like at dead time. Like, come
And
on, man.
and what
You
what
know what I realize? People will attack you, and I'm talking from personal experience. Yes, it's the same shit I was saying earlier. People will attack you with everything they have in their arsenal, and when you stand up to defend yourself, now you're the bully and they're the victim.
exact now he got set up. Now he got set up. Now he's Mr. Media Member, and LeBron could have approached him privately because other players have approached him privately. Oh, he wishes LeBron, if somebody notified him and told him LeBron was upset with him, he would be on a flight from New York to Los. That's not the point, because you're saying too many different things. This is the same person, Marvin's, that's like, "Oh, you know where I'm at. If you're upset, if you need to talk to me, you know where I'm at." You're telling people to come up on you and pull up on you, and when they actually do, it's a problem.
You're the victim. I'm
You're
telling
the
you, bro. People love playing the victim.
I it's just and in that game, on the podcast too, he was talking about a game where the Tyrese Maxey game. You remember the game where Tyrese Maxey went off against your Lakers, and they had like Bronny on him. He was basically talking. He made it seem as if Bronny was guarding Tyrese Maxey the whole game, like Bronny played 40 minutes like Tyrese
Yeah,
Maxey,
yeah. Mhm.
and he didn't. And it
Not
was
like
just
God,
like,
not like Barney not like Barney played in garbage time.
and it's like talk if you're gonna talk about the game, talk about the game. Why are you and I just want him to be honest, because the only time he's ever honest about what he's doing, and when he talks about, "Oh, I know this is gonna get eyes, I know this is gonna get ratings, I know this is gonna get views," is with this stuff, with the LeBron stuff, when he's making himself the victim. But when it's to talk about actual basketball, Why are you talking about the 6 minutes that Bronny James played against Tyrese Maxey instead of talking about the totality of the game and what you saw, and instead of talking about how Tyrese Maxey just had a really, really good game against a team that came into the game with injuries and with recent changes to their roster because of trades? Why don't you mention the other players who underperformed that were also from the G League that the Lakers put on the roster? Why are you automatically making this about Bronny James? And this is a problem that we had last season. This is a problem we had the season before that, where we just like the problems with the media, what they choose to talk
This is
about.
the problem that we're gonna keep having, bro.
Exactly. And I'm just like, if you're Carmelo Anthony, how do you have that? How do you give that guy a platform in the name of peace? In the name of peace, if it's in the name of peace, put LeBron. Hell, if it's in the name of peace for real, put them in the same
Put
room.
LeBron on the exactly, or call LeBron.
If it's in the name of peace and you can't get them in the same room together, say you talk to both of them separately, because we know you talk to Bron. That's your boy. You're having
Come
this
on,
dialogue.
this dude. You say all the time how this dude saved your life, like literally saved your life.
They're like, your family's a cool with you. Your banana boat brother, all that stuff. That's your boy. So you talk to him. You know you're close with him. How could you sit there and if you watch the clip, you know Carmelo Anthony. I'm not gonna. He look. This isn't the look of. This is the look of somebody who's like trying to keep it peaceful while sitting down in the room, hearing somebody talk bad about somebody that they know and love. Like you just sitting there, like the energy that he gave. He was like he couldn't make a facial expression at all. Like he was just he looked like he was just very like stone faced. I don't know how to fully describe it, but you get what I'm saying, people. Like
Mm-hmm.
whenever, like just have somebody when somebody's talking to you about something somebody that you know, and you know it's nothing but lies coming out their mouth, but you trying to be respectful and you're at that point in your life where you're trying to keep the peace. That's the face he was making. Shoot, a lot of the ladies, they know what I'm talking about. Shoot, a lot of fellas, they know what I'm talking. That face, you know the face.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like there's no way I could give that guy a platform and then not fully check him in public because of the lies he's telling. But even in order to do that, you have to have the facts. And I don't think Carmelo Anthony had necessarily all the facts, because members in the basketball community, I'm talking about the basketball YouTubers, they had the facts, they had the information. Like everybody who really knows about the situation for real knew that the video that went viral of LeBron talking to Stephen A. Smith was from a basketball YouTuber who just happened to be at the game. And then there were multiple different angles of the video. LeBron already said that what he was addressing you and pressing you about was when you went on ESPN, your national television show, and you was like, as a father. And he did the same thing too recently, Barvids. The thing he said about Serena Williams. He was
Oh
criticizing Serena,
yeah, and when he got pressed by the
and he
husband,
got pressed by the husband live on air. He got pressed by the husband.
oh,
Like,
I enjoy that moment, especially when the guy said that I've built billion-dollar companies, so I can tell people how to build a billion-dollar company. Have you ever been married? I'm like,
thank you. Like, which is why I hate the fact that he's transitioning, like he's leaving sports to transition into politics. The only thing you know how to talk about when it comes to politics is how people are upset with politicians. It's the most obvious thing. Of course, we're upset with politicians. That's the least obvious thing you could talk about. And because he's moving above, he's moving above in terms of social status, where he was this everyman sports journalist. Now he's going into political commentary. I don't like that, because this is somebody who's already shown you that he's willing to make himself the victim. He's
mm,
willing to talk about a topic without having all the facts at hand at all. So already a disservice to what it means to be a journalist. And then this is another person too who is willing to stretch the truth, talk bad about other people, and skew focus on storylines just to fit their narrative. That's who he is. So, and I'll give you this is the last thing I'm gonna say on the matter. The thing that irritates me about Stephen A. Smith the most is he picks and chooses who he wants to act tough with. if you could have kept, if you're gonna keep the same energy with Rich Paul, if you're gonna keep the same energy when you're ready to talk bad in public about Carmelo, about LeBron in front of Carmelo Anthony and all this stuff, you needed to keep the same energy with Serena Williams' husband. Stand on it.
No, he can't do that because
Because
that's not who he is.
for as much crap as we give Kendrick Perkins, he will stand on it. Kendrick Perkins will stand on it. If you said something somebody don't like and he in public and they confront him in public or in a tweet or whatever, he will die on that hill. Stephen A. Smith, depending on who you are, he'll act coy and he'll start stammering. He'll lower himself and put himself to the side. That man checked him on live television and told him, "You're not married. Shut up."
Mhm.
And he sat there like a good boy. He's
And
like,
then afterwards, oh, I
then I
didn't think he was checking me. I didn't think
didn't think he was checking me. I
if
felt
I
like
felt like he was checking me, I would have said something that
yeah. He's Mister. I would have did this. I would have did that. I would have did. And somebody said that with the reason he's on tour so much about the LeBron thing, because it's like you have an argument with somebody and you're in the shower and you start
mm,
thinking about all the things you should have said while you're
yeah,
in the
yeah.
shower. You're like,
hmm
this is Stephen A. Smith, and I agree. It's just drop it. Just it's been just drop it.
It's been a year, right?
It's been so long at this point. Just drop it, because you don't you're not the victim. The facts are there. The videos are there. The numbers are there to back up everything. The numbers are there to back up the Lakers' decisions during that time. The numbers are there to back up why it was unfair for you to criticize Bronny the way you did. Even that, like, everything is there to point how you was wilding.
You was like, I don't know how as a father you cannot see that.
I and it takes a certain level of narcissism too, but I'm not even gonna go. It's just I didn't like it. Like, especially now that we know this isn't like a LeBron only thing, because you came for Serena, you came at another black woman. Why?
For being in a
Why?
stupid Super Bowl thingy.
Over a Super Bowl? Why?
Oh
So
man, I'm telling you, this guy is he's a bully.
man, I just hope the media. I hope the media as a whole changes and improves. I've seen some signs that it is improving, because remember the guy I was telling you about, Kenny Beecham. He's a
hmm
prominent basketball YouTuber in the space. He got a deal with NBC. Like, so they're
That's nice.
involving, yeah, they're involving that type of talent into the space, and like the new media, for lack of a better term, they're involving those guys into the professional the professional space, which is good, because I feel like, Kenny Beecham has always been a good fan of the sport. He's high on appreciating good basketball and appreciating basketball in general, and I feel like we need more of those voices that are actually going to talk about the game, even if it's from a fan perspective where they don't have a lot of information. Just
hmm
from a just having those solid observations that show that you were watching and paying attention intently is what I feel like he's always brought, and what I feel like is good for the media. And yeah, I mean, that I hope that improves throughout the year too, because I don't want to be like in a podcast of Timeout, y'all, and we're having some of the nastiest conversations because of some BS Stephen A. Smith decided to say in February. I don't want it to get to that. Like, if I have to, and I'm not gonna say too much, because I'm feeling a point that where, like, I'm ranting like I did the last time we touched on. I just really, of all the personalities of sports commentary, I really don't like Stephen A. Smith, man.
I don't
I
either, man. I don't.
really don't like him, man.
But we're gonna end here because we've been at it for an hour and a half, man.
Perfect timing.
I don't wanna I don't wanna kill people with
Hey,
all but guys, all again, our apologies. but we will definitely try to do it weekly. So I think the best way to go about it is to record on a weekday, like, and then upload on a Sunday.
Hey,
So we'll see.
so that's probably what you're gonna get. What you're gonna get from us, people. Let us know in the comments. You know, what NBA teams are you rooting for specifically?
Mhm.
If there's anything you'd like for us to discuss, put it down below in the comment section. Matter of fact, you know, how are you doing headed into the week? Because at the time of recording, it is a Wednesday, but when this gets posted, you will be entering into another week. So you know, let us know, man. How's life treating you? You know, it's getting colder outside. It's starting to get nighttime at like 4 p.m., guys. So you know, take care of that
Yep.
mental health. Mental health is huge. People take care of that mental health.
All right. Do that, guys. So with that being said, man, thank you for walking with us, and we'll see you on the next one. All right.
Yes, sir.
Peace,
Peace.
bro.